Hey guys, just finished watching Legends of Tomorrow, Season 5, Episode 2, Meet the Legends. What an interesting episode. This was a terrible episode. I did not like this episode. The concept on paper, works about them being having a reality show kind of following them. And at some point throughout the show, we got so deep into that concept, I got worried that, oh my god, is this whole season going to be like this? It's just bad. And I get that it's kind of trying to be bad on purpose, but it's just kind of, I didn't like it. It was kind of silly. It didn't really work out that much. It took away the realisticness of the show. It just made it like the show was laughing at itself the whole time. I mean, I guess, yeah, that works at certain moments, but I don't like it when the show's doing that the entire time. It can't be laughing at itself the entire time, so then it's like, does it really matter? Because at this point, this show has become one of those things where it's like, you don't need to watch it to keep track of everything in the Arrowverse. So it's just like, why, so if it doesn't take itself seriously sometimes, then what's the point, and then we had this huge crossover and stuff, and even took parts of, elements that were set up in Legends of Tomorrow, and they never really it was still like, yeah, you probably don't watch Legends of Tomorrow, so they didn't really bother acknowledging it or anything like that. So I don't know. I just wish things would get a bit more focus on the stuff that involves Constantine, the magic, and all that stuff, the darkish stuff, and the seriousness that was the Constantine show. And that's what I'd like to see is, since they brought him into the show, bring up bits and pieces of his show and some of the tone of his show and add it into there. Just kind of mix it into this show. Yes, this might be a lighthearted, fun show, but add a little bit more. When you have Constantine, add a little bit more seriousness to keep the show serious instead of having it too silly all the time. And this episode was just too silly all the time. Now, I really like the scene where at the end of the episode, when the atom goes inside the guy's body and expands and explodes. That was really cool. That was pretty fun. But I saw that in the trailer and stuff, so I knew that was coming. But I didn't see that it was coming until it was like, oh, it was about to happen. It was just like, wow, yeah, that was pretty cool. So I think it was kind of interesting, and I like dealing with stuff now that we see that Sarah's taking Oliver's death really hard and stuff, which is interesting. But it pisses me off because it just well, what about? You had Captain Lance, her father's death that just happened, and last season she never mentions it whatsoever. So that just pisses me off. I'm glad that she's going to, from now on, at least, with Oliver's death, it was a big part, and it'll ripple out, and she'll be dealing with it for a while, right? It looks like it. She'll be dealing with it throughout the season at least. That was really cool. I just wish we would have had, we would have had that serious stuff with her father, and a little bit of it with her father. I guess it would have been repetitive to have her, with her father dying, and then with Oliver dying, having it repeated and stuff. But we never got anything with her father. It's too late with her father. It's been too long, so they can't do anything with that. But they should have done that with her father. So we never got anything there going on that. So that'd be cool to see as to where things kind of go with that and how things are going to change with this. Maybe have them playing with some Black Lightning characters at some point. That could be really fun now that he's part of the universe. Or Supergirl's part of the universe. Supergirl's been going on for a while now, right? So they're on their episode 5, I think, season 5 also. So I think it would be cool to bring in some of their past characters into this and having them interact throughout time. Maybe some of Supergirl season 1 characters could be in the future, in the past, or whatever. Those could be quite interesting to play with there. Maybe it would be quite interesting to see. I think Mixus Pidilik is supposed to come back with Supergirl at some point, so I think it would be pretty cool to see him on this show. He would be a perfect villain, especially if they set him up in a new version now that Crisis is resets and stuff. Doing him, he appears on Supergirl again, all things are fun, and then have him pop up on Supergirl, on Legend of Tomorrow. That would be so much fun. He'd be able to disrupt some stuff. This type of human that he plays on would fit perfectly with the Legends, and I think it would be quite interesting. And this is something that the Legends, they're trying to be silly and stuff, but they're trying to do stuff that the Doom Patrol is trying to do. And Doom Patrol, yes, it was just craziness, balls and walls craziness. It was just kind of, it's hard to explain it. It's one of those things just kind of crazy. They had the Metamorpho Man, the guy with the two heads, one head's a dinosaur head. And they had characters like that on the Doom Patrol show. And that's what they should try and do, is try and go, if you want to go silly and crazy and just out there, do the Doom Patrol route. That was really well done. It's silly and crazy and stuff, but it still has a base that's still serious and makes sense and keeps you watching it with the character developments and all that stuff. Whereas this is just silly to nothing else matters. We're not going to care about anything. We're just going to do this, blah, blah, blah. And it just comes off as silly and cheap and just boring and childish, the show, compared to a show like Doom Patrol. And I think that's what they need to do, is just get more to the seriousness of the Doom Patrol stuff. So I think that's what I'd like to see, is more series like that and all there. So all in all, we'll have to wait and see. I'm excited for this. The storyline is kind of okay, not super duper like the storyline could just be meh. I'm glad that the camera crew is not following them around, and I'm excited to see as to where things are going to play with this new timeline. You know, certain people remember the original pre-crisis stuff, and most people don't. And then Nate, you know, is trying to find Zari and stuff. I think that would be quite interesting to see as to where things go with all of that. And it kind of makes me want to go back and rewatch. Crisis did. I imagine John Jones gave Sarah her memory back, and maybe Brandon Routh too. I think he did do it for the Atom, so it would have been interesting to see him do that for everyone. But I think it would be cool to play with all that throughout here and how things are going to continue on. So I'm definitely going to be interested to see where things go with the relationships here. So let me know what you think, guys, about the steps in the comments below. Season 5, Episode 2, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.